Kia ora, and welcome to Monday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news. Fighting inflation may well be a downgraded objective in the face of political pressure. The consequences could be long-lasting and global. For financial markets, this week will be all about the US Fed's Thursday rate decision, where now a 25 basis points cut is widely anticipated to try and weigh against the softening US labour market. The same day, the Canadians will review their policy rate too, where a similar 25 basis point cut is expected. And there'll be central bank reviews in Japan this week, no change. Indonesia, again no change expected. England, no change. And Brazil this week. China will also review its key rates and no changes expected there either. And China will release a lot of August economic data too, including foreign direct investment data. And Australia will release its August labour market update with a modest 25,000 job rise in employment anticipated. Our balance of payments data will be released on Wednesday, and expect a larger deficit there, and our second quarter GDP will be released on Thursday, expect a decline. And before that, we'll get the August REINZ data and a full dairy auction. But back in the US, the pessimistic turn continues. The widely watched University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey delivered a downbeat result in September, slightly lower from August and well below what analysts had expected. Declines were strongest among lower and middle-income households because concerns grew over business conditions, jobs and inflation. Both short and long-term sentiment fell back. This index is more than 20% lower than a year ago. Meanwhile, year-ahead inflation expectations held steady at 4.8%, while the 5-year expectation moved up for a second straight month to 3.9% from 3.5%. Canadian building consents were unchanged in July from June, but down 8.2% from a year ago. But most of this was due to non-residential work. Residential consents were up, especially in Toronto. And we should probably note that there are trade talks going on in Madrid between the US and China. In China, August data for new yuan loans came in well below what was expected, although expectations weren't high. It was the lowest amount of bank debt for an August since 2011, extending the current period of weak credit demand amid the weakening consumer debt demand and the prolonged crisis for housing. The debt appetite dropped despite central bank efforts to loosen monetary conditions and stimulate borrowing. In India, consumer inflation rose as expected, but only to 2.1%, and ending a 10-month period where it consistently fell from 6.2% to 1.6% in July. Food prices were little changed and had no impact on the overall result. In France, Fitch has downgraded their credit rating to A+ from AA- on Friday, citing political turmoil and rising debt there. And we should probably note that copper prices are basically back to levels they were 5 years ago, which is double what they were 10 years ago. At current production levels, the United States Geological Service estimates that existing mines will be able to operate for the next 40 years and proven resources will last about 200 years. But there are expected to be much larger resources yet to be discovered. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.06%, little change from Saturday. And the price of gold will start today at $3,641 an ounce, down $7 from Saturday, but that's up $48 from a week ago. Silver had another spurt, now up over $42 an ounce. And American oil prices are unchanged at just on $62.50 a barrel, with the international Brent price firmish at just under $67 a barrel, up $1 for the week. And the Kiwi dollar is now just on 59.6 US cents and unchanged from Saturday, but up 70 basis points from a week ago. Against the Aussie were also unchanged at 89.6 Australian cents. Against the euro we're holding at 50.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just over 66.7. Little change from Saturday, but up 50 basis points for the week. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $115,666 and down 0.6% from Saturday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been very low at just on plus or minus 0.4%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.